Happy Sunday, everybody. It's hashtag Showcase Sunday, and Showcase Sundays were brought to you from AJ Lakes to help businesses in the hospitality and tourism industry, but help businesses from all over. And we bring experts to the front to be interviewed by myself so that we can find out how they can help and support all our businesses throughout the UK. So, and this week we have got the amazing Fiona Durham. Now, Fiona is a financial advisor for Mark Nield Wealth Management, and I was very privileged to actually be present at one of her recent presentations, which was incredible and very thought-provoking. And I thought, gosh, this would be incredible for a Showcase Sunday. So I've invited Fiona along today. And Fiona, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you are, what you do and why you do it?
So as you mentioned, my name is Fiona Durham. I'm a financial advisor based in Carlisle, but I have clients all across the country. I think the beauty of online technology, as we've realised in lockdown, we can help clients from absolutely everywhere. Really, in a nutshell, help clients achieve their financial goals, whether it be purchasing your first home, having enough income in retirement, or protecting your families. We're here to provide sort of a holistic service for each and every one of our clients.
Excellent. Now, you're very passionate about looking after your clients, aren't you? And every time I've spoken to you, you very much keep in touch with them, and you always have an end goal, which I love. I'm very goal focused and results focused myself in AJ Lakes, and for me that's vital so that people have a vision. So what is unique and different about you? What's your USP? What makes you different to your competition?
So myself as an advisor provide a completely holistic approach for clients, whether it be mortgages, investment planning, retirement planning, protecting yourself, your family, tax and estate planning, and as you mentioned, keeping in touch with clients, at least having an annual review, because initial advice is very much advice in that point in time, but we all know from year to year our circumstances can completely change. So it's making sure the advice remains relevant, and we can, if we need to make changes in the advice, if we need to change your investment planning, if we need to make amendments to your mortgage, that we can absolutely do that.
But what impressed me, and normally when you have a phone call with your financial advisor, or you actually phone the office. So I phoned your office yesterday to set up this meeting, and interestingly enough, your reception team were brilliant, very engaging, very interested. And I love that, because not many places do that. And I think what makes you unique and different for me is that you really do care. It's about whether you've got, a penny in the bank or a multi-billion-pound investment. That's what really shone through when I was speaking to you and your team, that you're quite a family-orientated business as well, aren't you?
Yeah, it's mostly a family business. I know our receptionist, I've worked with her since I was 18, and that's how I became part of the business. And yeah, absolutely, we don't segregate clients at all. Everyone is equally important. And at the end of the day, if you've got your pot of money, that's absolutely your sole importance. So it's as equally important to us.
Brilliant. And I love that. And that sometimes doesn't come across in other organisations. So what can you do right now to help and support anybody in the industry right now, but anybody? I mean, it was interesting in your presentation. It really blew me away, and it's something that I've thought of because I've looked at it in the past, and it triggered me yesterday about when you had the different levels of the different goals, I think the different stages in your life, and I thought, yeah, some things become more important as and when you get to that level.
Yeah, absolutely. This importance of financial goals can change throughout lifetime, but it's identifying where we want to be in the future. And I think the example that we use was retirement planning. That's something that the earlier you start, absolutely the better. But I think when you're in your 20s, you can only think about purchasing your first house. That's the big ultimate goal. Or if you've already got a house, moving to a bigger house, all these different types of things. But it's making sure that we set aside sort of targeted bits of savings so that we can try and achieve everything and provide the best financial future possible. But yeah, we can help people, whether it's a business owner who's wanting to help and support their business, we can absolutely look at helping and supporting them there, or individually, we can help that way, or with the staff, absolutely, we can look at anything.
And would you be able to go into businesses to do that? Say, do an open meeting if anybody wants to come and talk about the financial planning?
Yeah, absolutely. We can do presentations in businesses if people have got lots of clients coming, lots of staff coming towards retirement. We can help just do a discussion on their pension, how they can make the pension work best for them, or if they're wanting to look at savings in particular, or putting some kind of protection in place for their staff. We can absolutely look to help with anything.
Yeah, because the thing that was highlighted again in your presentation is obviously when you're looking at you know, your pension planning, there's some people very clearly said, oh gosh, we've not got the full amount of the government pension. Some people were also saying, well, if I've moved around a lot in work, which we know in hospitality is the norm, where lots of people have moved around a lot, and then they find that they don't know where all those pensions that they've been putting into a pot are. So, and you can help with that, can't you?
We absolutely can. We can help speak to clients about state pension. State pension needs 35 years national insurance contributions, and that's something that you can check yourself on the government website. And it's really important that everyone does. If there's any issues with your national insurance history, if there's something that needs to be corrected, it's really important that we do it sooner rather than later, and there's not a panic when it comes up to retirement. And as you mentioned, I think historically lots of people tend to go into a job and stay in the job for life, whereas now people have varying job history, they move around quite a bit, and with each job you'll probably have a pension, and it's really important that you keep up to date with your pensions, because one thing, as we've just said, you can very easily forget to change your address on that pension, and it can be easy to lose pots of money, and we don't want any lost money at all, do we? So we can absolutely help people with that, and we can help, if it's the right thing to do, put them all into one pot to make administration a lot easier.
Yeah, I think the aha moment as well is you can nominate, and you've got to keep that nominations form up to date, which I wasn't aware of. And you go through your life, you get married, you have children or whatever, and you have dependents, and then suddenly you haven't actually provided for them because you've not put them on the nominations.
Yeah, you see, with every pension, you should have a nomination form, and that says that should anything have happened to me yesterday, where would I want the money to go to? And if it's a pension, say you had in your 20s, it's very big chance that it's potentially went to your parents you put down because you maybe didn't have a partner, children at that point in time. And then as you get later in life, you do have your partner, your children, different things like that. So it's really important that you can just keep that up to date, and that's something you should be able to do with any pension provider just by filling out a simple form.
Brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. So I always ask my Showcase Sunday interviewees, what are your 5 top tips that you can give out today, please?
So first would obviously be budget planning. Sounds really simple, but it's something that as we just go through life, we can kind of forget to do as income changes. Sit down and look at your top line of income, get rid of obviously the needs first. So we've got food, bills, all those different types of things. And then see what is our excess income. Can we look to make regular savings every month? That kind of filters into second top tip, build an emergency fund. Good rule of thumb is to have at least 3 months of essential expenditure held in cash. That just means that you can draw upon it if anything happens, and we can almost pretty much guarantee that everything will break in threes. So that's why we say at least 3 months worth of expenditure. If it's about long-term savings, so sort of top tip number 3, think about the savings that we've got in the bank. Inflation's actually gone up to 4.2 at the minute. So if you've got long-term savings in the bank, I very much doubt that you're getting 4.2 as an interest rate. That actually means the real value of your money over the long term's got reducing. So could you consider investing as a way to make your money work harder for you? Number 4, which we've kind of already touched on, check your national insurance contributions. Make sure that they're absolutely correct, because you do need 35 years worth of national insurance contributions to get your full state pension. As I said, you can just do that really easily on the government website. And probably number 5, always, you need to have a personal pension. It's never too late to start saving, but obviously the earlier you can do it, the better. If you can start doing it in your 20s, that's the best way forward.
And what I enjoyed about your presentation as well is you actually showed 3 different diagrams, 3 different levels. So if you're giving so much into your pension scheme, that's how much you would have a certain amount at the beginning, and that would be it, you know, and that would be less than what people earn nowadays. And then the next level was, well, if you wanted to go out for a nice meal, that's the level. And then the third one, if you wanted to have a great life in your retirement and actually go on holiday and enjoy your life, then that would be a level. And that was really eye-opening, you know, if you've not been planning your pension, you know, from your early 20s, for example, you need to start thinking about it.
I think that's one thing that no one really anticipates, how long they're going to live in life. The average person could easily live 30 years after retirement, and you've got to think, whatever's in your retirement pot, could that actually sustainably last me 30 years? And most of the time, unfortunately, we get towards retirement, we think, oh no, it can't. So obviously the earlier you start, it's the absolute better.
Yeah, excellent. So have you got any examples of how you've helped the industry and how you've helped support them with time and money, or energy? Or
so how we can really help people save time is one of the big examples is people who've had multiple pensions. What we do is we usually call it the danger drawer. It's where all the statements go when they come in. As soon as they come in the post, they just go in the drawer, or they just go in the file, and no one really knows where the money's at or what it's doing. What we can do is go through all that information for clients, right up to each and every individual provider, and find out exactly where our clients are. And if we can help them do something a bit better, we absolutely will. Or if it's the right thing just to stay where they are, we'll just say that. The same with the likes of mortgages. Clients come to us with all the paperwork for everything called the income, and we look through all the different providers, all the different rates, the lending criteria. We do all sort of the legwork for them to find the best deal for them. The idea is just that we take on the work for our clients.
Wow, and that's massive. Because yeah, you're right, we've all got one of those drawers that we try and avoid to look at, and it's only when you need it. And things like yeah, and things like life cover and insurance, can they get hold of you with regard to that? Do you know how to, you know, could say the partner who probably doesn't get involved with the finance, would you, if they phoned you, would you be able to take control and sort that out?
Yeah, we can absolutely help with life cover, income protection, critical illness, all those different types of things. That's one thing that people take out policies for the likes of life cover and they just let it run. And 9 times out of 10, it can be not sufficient for the needs now, because you could think cover you might have needed in your 20s, your 30s might not be relevant now, or there might be a shortfall. So it's really important that you can keep up to date with that. But again, that's another area we can absolutely help with. And
you do that as part of the reviews anyway, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. And I loved when I spoke to your receptionist yesterday, how she said all through lockdown, you were keeping in touch with all your clients, no matter what. And then, you know, those who wanted to see face to face, obviously they waited, but you continue to keep in touch and keep speaking to them, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've tried lots of different things. We'd never really done the likes of online prior to lockdown, because we really value face-to-face interaction, because I feel like that's, for the most part, you can really get to know people. But we started doing online seminars and different things about the markets, because that was a very worrying time, especially in that first lockdown. So we offered that service to all of our clients.
Wow. So if someone's sitting on the fence here now thinking, oh, should we ring Fiona? What should we do? Or I've currently got a financial advisor, I've not been having that service with them. What would your current past clients say about you that would pull them over that fence?
So I'm really pleased to say that all my clients tell me that I make the process really easy for them. I help them understand where the financial situation is. And because we don't just look at retirement planning or just protection planning in the singular need areas, we look at everything and review it holistically. We can point out things that are important that they've never thought of before. And we're all about doing the absolute right thing for clients. And if the right thing is to stay where you are, we will absolutely tell you to do that.
Brilliant. I love that. So how can they get in touch with you, Fiona? How can everybody get in touch? Obviously, we'll put your contact details at the end of this film.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and we've got our own website, or we've got a mobile number, an email, or the office landline. And there's no sort of call centre or anything like that. You just literally deal with our small family team.
Who are absolutely delightful, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Fantastic, thank you. Have you got anything to add, or are you all okay?
I think that's everything, yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for joining me on the Showcase Sunday.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, and thank you for helping and supporting all our businesses who are watching this right now, and hopefully they'll get sorted with their financial planning and actually organise their insurances, as well as making sure that the state pension is sorted. So many other things, but you've got lots of golden nuggets from Fiona today. So thank you very much, Fiona, and thank you for listening.